What's up guys, PPD here and welcome to episode 62 of my road to Manchester City. Not a great weekend for City. We tied with Huddersfield, which means we're going to have to play a replay against them sometime in the future. And it's really a disappointing result because we already have a packed schedule. And the fact that we now have to play them again is pretty ridiculous. But it is what it is. Hopefully we can get farther in the FA Cup and maybe even win it. Apparently if we do win, our next opponent is Middlesbrough, I think. So that should be an interesting game because obviously they're a Premier League side now. But yeah, we're starting off this episode by completing the Dele Alli SBC. I told you guys I was on the fence about this one because we already had 2 of them completed of the challenges. And I only had 2 left, and it would cost me around 50 to 60,000 coins to complete. And I said, you know what? He's a good player, good stats, might help me in my Premier League team this weekend. So let's go ahead and do it. And that's officially the first player of the month that we've completed. And it is a bit sad that we've completed a Spurs player of the month, but we haven't completed a City player, considering that this is Road to Manchester City. But hopefully I can justify my reasoning for that come the end of the year, because I honestly thought Sterling would get a couple informs this year, but it's not looking too hot right now for me, and I'm praying that he starts getting some, because if I have the best City team and I don't have the purple Sterling, I am going to hate myself. So yeah, we go ahead and complete the Dele Alli SBC, and you saw me hand in some red cards, and you're probably wondering, what are you doing? Are you absolutely insane? Well, first of all, they helped with the challenge. They were players that I had, so I didn't have to go buy players for that, which was good. And second of all, they're cards I'm never going to use. You saw me hand in, I think, Azpilicueta, never going to use him. You saw me hand in Schmeichel, never going to use him. So, I think it was a good idea to hand those guys in. I didn't hand in Azpilicueta, but I did hand in another red card. I'm not too sure who it was. And yeah, those are cards I'm never going to use. EA hasn't made them count as informs, which is really disappointing. So they really have no place in my club. So that is why I went ahead, submit them in, and it helped me with the challenge. And now we have Dele Alli in the team right there. We got a nice looking team. He is going to rock the midfield with Benteke and Fernandinho. And you're going to see over here where we ended off in the weekend league. And it was not a good run for us. We finished, well, we didn't finish just yet. We're about to play a game over here. But yeah, we're on 24 wins with 4 games left, which means that Elite is completely out of the picture, which is really, really disappointing. And look at this team, dear Lord. If we win this game, we get ourselves gold 1. If we don't, we have 3 tries left to do so. But look at that team. Inform Eriksen, inform Pogba, inform Hazard, inform Mert. Like, this team is ridiculous. However, we would get the first chance of the game over here. And yeah, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about what happened this weekend. So, Friday I played 13 games and I had the best start I ever had. It was ridiculous. I went 9-1 after my 10 games, which I've never done before. The best I've done was 8-2. And I was really happy. Well, guess what? I ended off the night 12-1, which is crazy. I couldn't believe it. I went to sleep so good, and I'm like, this has got to be Elite in the bag. I should comfortably get Elite. And that at that point, actually, a 12-1 run, I think I was projected to get like Elite 2 or 1, which obviously was never going to happen, but it's kind of crazy that was a projection I had. But yeah, I said, yeah, this should be Elite easy. All I have to do is like go 8-4 or 8-5, and then 9-4 or something like that from these next 2 days, and I'll get it. Should be doable. Well, I was wrong. Come Saturday, I have my worst run ever. After 14 games, because I played 14 on Saturday, I was 6-8. 6-8. That is a negative record, and I couldn't believe it. I absolutely threw out Elite out the window. Terrible, terrible performance by me that day, and I was devastated. I started off 12-1, my best run ever, and then the next day I go from my best run to my worst as I go negative, man. I couldn't even go 7-7. I went 6-8. honestly, I don't know. I came across some good players who definitely deserved the wins, but my defending was absolutely horrific, and I was really, really devastated that I threw a lead away just like that after starting 12-1. It was pathetic. But yeah, that meant that I had to go, let's see, 6, 12, 18. I would have needed 11 wins. Yeah, I had to go 11-2 on Sunday to get elite, and I couldn't do it, as you saw. But yeah, how I didn't get elite after starting 12-1 is beyond me, and man, it sucks. It would have been great to go 3 weeks in a row elite, but yeah, we couldn't do it, and we're fighting for gold 1, and it's looking good because we're winning this game 2-0. And this guy had a couple of chances to get himself back into it, as you saw right there, and he just couldn't score. Over here, we should have scored right there with Walker and put the cherry on top of the cake. But obviously Walker's finishing isn't that great, so I couldn't really expect much. That shot right there by Ali, I thought it was going to go in off the rebound, but it didn't. We get another corner over here, and we're going to play it short to Aguero. Something you don't want to do, which is something I've learned, is when you're up 2-0 or even 1-0 and you get a corner in the 85th minute, is don't swing it across, because if he wins the header, he's on the counterattack. Now you're probably wondering, well, this guy's on the counterattack right now, so what are you talking about? Well, that was just unlucky. I gave the ball away pretty stupidly right there, but always play it short and do something smart with the ball, because if you lose it, he will go on the counter, and if he's a decent player or a good enough player, he'll finish it and you're screwed. But yeah, he did hit me on the counter on that corner. He had a great chance to get a goal, and he missed the chance, which pretty much summed up this guy's game. He had a couple of chances, he just couldn't finish any of them, and it really let him down. And after he missed that chance, as you saw right there, he started like flopping everywhere with his players. Gave Ali an easy run through the goal, and we got ourselves a third goal. And with that, we conclude this run. We get ourselves gold 1. I didn't bother playing anymore because I just couldn't be bothered. It was kind of pointless. We're gonna get elite monthly anyways. I think we need like 14 wins to get it, so that should be pretty easy to do. As for my thoughts on Dele Alli, he was decent. After his 6 games, he had like 1 assist and no goals for me, so I was starting to doubt him. And I really preferred Benteke over him. But something I didn't try out too much was having Benteke and Ali on the team to have a more attacking presence. I usually just played with Benteke and Conte, or Ali and Conte. So I probably should have tried that out more. But yeah, a little bit disappointed in Ali, but hopefully he starts to perform better in the future, because I don't want to regret spending those coins on him. But yeah, we go ahead and take a look at our transfer list, and we sold our last Schmeichel right there. Finally got rid of that. And then I went ahead and picked up some Ben Arfas. And you're probably wondering, why are you buying Ben Arfa? Well, the League One transfers are out tomorrow, Tuesday, and I am pretty certain that he is going to get downgraded. He hasn't played at all for PSG, or he has, but it's just been so little. He really doesn't get the light of day there at PSG, so that probably means he'll get downgraded. And what happens usually when 84 rated cards or higher get downgraded is their higher rated card goes up because it's no longer in packs and it's going to be needed for SBCs, especially Ben Arfa, who's actually a player you can play with. He's one of those good 84 rated cards that you see a lot in like League One teams or French teams. So I went ahead and bought a few Ben Arfas, and we'll see what happens tomorrow if he goes up or not. And if he does, we'll make some nice money. If he doesn't, I don't think we'll lose too much. But yeah, we go ahead and take a look at our trade pile and our club. As you saw right there, I did buy some more Lenos for 55 and 57k. Also showing you guys the team and how much I bought them for next weekend league. And I want to tell you guys right now, I will be selling the whole team. And you're probably wondering why. Well, they went up and we are going to make some nice money. So I'm going to go ahead and sell those guys off and hopefully buy them back later in the week when they're cheaper. Well, that's my thought at least. And we should make some nice money while having the team still for the weekend league. And I want to talk to you guys more about the weekend league and what I plan on doing for the next weekend league. Well, I'm really thinking about stopping at 18 wins next week because I'm just tired of the stress of FUT Champs. After blowing Elite this week, I am really, really annoyed with the game. I should be more annoyed with myself for bottling it, but I just can't be asked. So I'm thinking of implementing something in this where every fourth week I stop at 18 wins because it'll always be enough from this point on for me to get Elite Monthly, because we've showed that we can consistently get 25 wins, which is just enough for Elite. So I'm thinking about stopping at 18 wins next week, and I have a few reasons for that. One, I'm annoyed at the game. Two, I'm going to lose money on the players, especially if I use the team I wanted to use right there come like Sunday, because everybody's going to be dumping those players to go back to their usual teams. Three, it's going to be a sweat fest. There is going to be so many super teams with La Liga. It's going to be ridiculous. So I really don't want to deal with that. And yeah, that's another reason why. But I'm willing to play all 40 games. But this is what is going to happen. If my packs, my Gold 1 packs on Thursday are bad, I'm not playing the 40 games. If they're good, I'll play the 40 games. But yeah, that's how we'll do it. And yeah, we're over here completing the League 1 SBC. And you're probably wondering, what? The League 1 SBC? That's going to cost you a fortune. And you are correct. This did cost me a fortune, but I wanted to do it because Lacazette is an amazing player. He's been amazing this season for Lyon, and I really think he might get upgraded tomorrow. And if he does, we're going to have an even better Lacazette in our club. And if he doesn't get upgraded, well, so be it. At least we still have an amazing player in our club. So yeah, we complete that challenge. We ended up spending around 100,000 or more. We get 30,000 back, which isn't too bad. But yeah, I think it was worth it. 100,000 coins for that card right there. Definitely worth it in my eyes. Hopefully these packs can help us get some money back. But yeah, obviously the most expensive team to complete was Toulouse. Fortunately though, we did have one of the center backs untradeable, which is very nice because we saved like 15 or 20,000 coins on that, which is good. But yeah, we've officially completed our second League SBC. We completed the Eredivisie a couple episodes ago. We now completed the League 1, and I think I'm going to be completing either the Turkish League 1 or the Pro League 1 soon, because I really want that 100k pack from the Pro League 1. But we'll find out in the upcoming episodes. But yeah, opening up our packs over here that we got from the rewards. These are actually pretty bad packs, so I was more excited opening these packs thinking they were good packs. But then when I started opening them, I realized that they're actually pretty crap packs. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, to conclude this episode, I bottled the lead after a 12-1 start. I showed you guys the prices of the players for the team that I was planning to build for the next weekend league, and we took a look at our trade pile. We bought some more investments. Ben Arfa. Oh, I forgot to mention, I showed you guys me buying Tielemans, and you're probably wondering why. I have a really good feeling that Lukaku is going to win the Player of the Month. And if they require you to have his past teams, Anderlecht was one of his first teams that he ever played for. So if you need informs from Anderlecht, you're going to have to buy Tielemans, because he's like one of the only 3, I think, from Anderlecht that has an inform. But he's the highest rated one, if I'm not mistaken. So I went ahead and bought a few of him. He goes for discard, so if it doesn't end up happening, we can just sell him and we're going to lose minimal coins. But yeah, apparently he's actually predicted to get another team of the week, which is crazy. So that might be a good investment too. One of these packs does pay out finally. We get ourselves Inform Bentaleb again. If you guys remember, we actually packed him in the Elite Rewards. So we packed him again over here. And another good thing about having Bentaleb is that they might actually do, since Lukaku's going to be an insane card, he's probably going to be like 90 rated. What they might do is they might require you to have a full inform team. I think that's what they did with Hazard. So if you do need a full inform team, Bentaleb is definitely going to be a good one to have because he's 84 rated and he's cheap as hell. So pretty happy about packing him. But yeah, this is going to end this episode of my Road to Manchester City, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Pippideed. Next episode, we're going to continue on with divisions and the City team. But I'm out.